Hello, everybody. This is the first edition of Afro World Sport. So basically, we're talking about the FIFA World Cup 2018. We talk about the African teams and their chances of going further to the next stage. So I'm gonna start by talking about the Group A, where we have the Egypt, we have Russia, we have Uruguay, and we have Saudi Arabia. So this Group A, it's a kind of a straightforward group, but not that straightforward. So we have Russia as the host nation. They will start their first game against Saudi Arabia on the 14th of June this coming week. So to what I've seen against I've seen Russia play against the Brazilian team. They really look shaky for me. Like their main man is their goalie Akinfev. But and also you have the Uruguay. Uruguay are the favorite to go through in this group. You have Luis Suarez from Barcelona. We all know him from his days at Liverpool and Ajax. Also, we have Edison Cavani as well too. We all know him, his profile from Napoli all the way to PSG. So these are players that I came through for Uruguay during the qualifying groups. So, and also we have Egypt, where we have the best informed striker in the world right now. We have Mo Salah. Mo Salah has a very long story coming all the way from Basel FC in Switzerland, going to Chelsea, having the rough time there. He went to all the way to Roma, and from Roma, his career got kicked off on a very good note, and he came back to England, where he had the best season of his life yet at Liverpool, and he broke the record of goals in the Premier League, scoring 32 goals in the number of matches in 38 matches. So he's injured. All of us, we don't know if he's going to be fit enough to compete in the World Cup. But as for Egypt, they have some players that play in the local league. Most of the players play in the local league. You have few of the players that play overseas, and they have like a 45-year-old goalkeeper, a veteran. And they have Nasser Enani, a midfielder from Arsenal. So it all comes down to Salah's fitness for Egypt to go through. And if they're going to have a chance, they're going to have to take out the host nation and also take out Saudi Arabia. But I wouldn't let us overlook Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia have a good team. They had a solid qualifying series as well. And I saw them play against Germany. They played a 2-1 game. They're not like the top team to look out for, but I just want us to take a note. They could give these teams a tough time, maybe going for a draw with them. So my own prediction is I think Egypt, and they are ranked 45 in Africa, in the whole world. So I think they have a chance of qualifying if Mo Salah is fit and the midfield of Egypt get their own stuff together. They're supposed to come second to Uruguay in the group. So that's that for the Group A. So I think Uruguay and Egypt to go through if Salah is so fit. But if Salah is not fit, the home crowd and the home support could, and whatever home advantage could play to the favor of the Russian team. So let's look at Uruguay going through and Egypt, between Egypt and Russia. But I think 100% rating, I'm going to put Egypt ahead of Russia. So that's that for Group A. And we have Group B. We have Portugal, we have Spain, we have Iran, and we have Morocco. Morocco are 41st team, like they are ranked 41 in the whole world. And they have like the best, for me, they have like maybe after Nigeria, or maybe even better than Nigeria, they have like the best team right now. They have the Northern Amrabat and his brother, the Amrabat brothers. And looking at this Moroccan team, you have 17 of these players were born abroad. So like you're looking at players that like they are well seasoned, playing and understanding European leagues, and they grew up in the system. And they had like all the qualifier, all the friendlies they played, they won most of their games. So like I'm looking at this group where you have the Portuguese team, you have the Spanish, you have the Iranian team, and you have the Moroccans. So for me, I'm looking at Moroccan team topping this group. It might sound kind of stupid, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Their coach is a coach that won the African Nations Cup for the Zambian national team. He won the same thing for the Ivorian national team in the period of 4 years. He did that for them, and now he was able to bring Morocco back to their first World Cup in so long time. Who knows? And now they're back in their World Cup for so long, and they have all the team in place ready for the World Cup. They have the guy. This guy, I love him so much. Younes Belhanda is one of the top guys that play in the French league, and you have the Benetia, the guy from Juventus, and yeah. So I think this group is kind of tight, but I think Morocco is going through, not because they're an African team, but because I look at the team, how solid they are, the mentality and the togetherness of the team. So I'm giving Morocco to go first. If they're not going first, they're probably gonna go second. I know everybody around the world, all the pundits, they're like, oh, I believe Portugal is gonna go through, Spain is gonna go through automatically. But football, if you look at football technically and you look at team, Spain played, they couldn't even they able to beat Tunisia maybe 1-0 like yesterday. Yeah, Saudi yesterday they played 1-0 against Tunisia. Even though Tunisia is the highest ranked team from Africa. But what I'm saying is this Moroccan team, let's watch out. So that's a tough group too. So for me, I think Portugal have some new young players because before it used to be Ronaldo, Quaresma, and Nani. But now they have Silva, they have Cavalo, they have a bunch of new talent. But what I think is going to kill Portugal is their defense. They have 35-year-old and I think 36 years old defender. They have Bruno Alves, they have Pepe. So these guys are like old. The experience is going to be there for them to play with, but when you play with a very fast Moroccan side, they're gonna run you out. So hopefully, if the age didn't play itself for the Portuguese defense, maybe the Portuguese might just be able to qualify ahead of Morocco. But I think Morocco have a very big chance to qualify from this group. So moving over to the next African group, which is Group D. So we already talked about the Group A that had the Russian, the Uruguayan, Egypt, and Saudi Arabian team. And also, I believe that Uruguay and Egypt are going to qualify from that group. But if Salah wasn't able to get back to his form for the World Cup, I think the Russian team and the Uruguayan team, even if the Russian team doesn't play well, I think the Saudi Arabian team, I don't think they are, maybe like we know them as a name, Saudi Arabia, and we think like, oh, this is a team that has no name in football. But I think they're able to get a lot of young talents to qualify for this World Cup. So if Egypt didn't play well, I'm giving it to Russia though, but I'm saying if Russia is not able to play up to standard in the World Cup, I think Iran might even surprise everybody all over the world. But let's just give it to Uruguay, Egypt. If Egypt didn't play well, I think they're going to lose, and I think Russia and Uruguay will qualify. So my pick is Uruguay and Egypt. For Group B, you have Portugal, Spain, Iran, and Morocco. So I'm picking Spain to qualify for sure, because out of all the European teams, the Spanish team, they considered like very few goals during the qualifying series. So they have the experience, and they have Arsenio, they have Isco, they have all these good players, and they have Sergio Ramos in defense. They have a good set of players to play for them. So I think Portugal might lose out in this group. I think it's going to be Spain and their neighbor, Morocco, very close to them. So I think it's probably going to be Spain and Morocco going through in this group. It's going to surprise everybody like Ronaldo. Football is not about a name. Football is about team play. So I think Spain or Morocco, but if Morocco lose out because of experience on the big stage, I think it's going to be Portugal and Spain. So Spain first, Portugal second. So going now to the next African team in Group D. So you have Argentina, you have Croatia, you have Iceland, you have Nigeria. So this is like the toughest group in the World Cup. Obviously and honestly, everybody knows this. So you have Argentina, the two-time champion of the world. They have the best player in the world, Lionel Messi, and they have the bunch of best attacking in the world football today. Even if you think about Belgium having, or even you're talking about Brazil having attacking footballers, they don't have attacking footballers like Argentina. You have Angel Di Maria, you have Lionel Messi, you have Aguero, you have Peluso, you have Ever Benega in the midfield, you have Higuain, you have lots of players. Even the highest scorer in the series, what's this guy's name again? Is he Cardi? Or what's his name? 29 goals, they didn't even make the list. So you have like strong team ahead of you, and you have Dybala from Juventus. Sorry, I didn't mention that. So you have a team packed, but at the end of the day, it comes down to team play, and the defense too is old. You have Mascherano that is old, but he has the experience. He still can move. You have Zabaleta. You have Rojo. You have Otamendi. So you have some good players on the team too. So I think Argentina have a decent chance in this group. But if they don't play together as a team, I'm talking about like from their midfield play and the continuation to the defense line. If the midfield is not able to coordinate the defense line, I think they're going to crash out, or maybe let's say become second in the group. It's not about Messi. Everybody's like, oh, they have the best. They have Messi. This is his chance. He's going to want to prove everybody wrong. Yeah, that's true. He has failed at 3 occasions at the final, so he wants to do better this time. And I'm hoping he do better, but maybe better will be the best thing he can do, but not the best, because this group has Nigeria in it, and also you have Croatia, you have Iceland. So Croatian team, everybody believes like they are like the dark horse in this tournament, because everybody believes they have the balance in the midfield. So you have Perisic, you have Rakitic, you have Luka Modric, and also you have some players you have Kalinic, you have Kamaric, and also you have Mandzukic in the attack. So what I'm going to really say is they have a good chance in this World Cup, but their defense is not something to talk about. You have Lovren from Liverpool, and you have Koluka. Koluka used to mess up in his days in the Premier League. I think he used to play for the Tottenham Hotspur back then. If I'm right, yeah. So like he's one of like the weakest defender for me since I've been watching Premier League. For me, he has experience, but like he doesn't have the speed way back then. Not to not talk about now. So I think they are joking, because you have a very fast Nigerian team and you have a fast Argentine team too. Look at if you look at the friendly they play against Senegal, they came back, they won the game 2-1, right? But from the beginning of the game, if Senegal was decent, like they can score goals, like you have Sadio Mane in Senegal team, but like if they're able to like convert their chances, they probably have been like 3-4-0 up in the first half. Saif, I've forgotten the last name. He plays in Nantes in the French Championnat. The guy missed so much chance, but he was able to convert one of those chances in the first half. But going into the second half, Perisic scored a deflected free kick, and there was a close range ball. Karamic scored the second goal, and they won the game by 2-1, coming back from a goal down. But this won't be the case in the World Cup, because you're playing against a very defensive Iceland team that everybody on the team, their last name is Son. So like this is a team that are good with set pieces, they are good with defending. So you can give all those chances away with your defense being shaky. So also you have Sigurdsson, you have Tratosin, and you have Finobissin. I don't know, like their names are so funny. So you have the Nigerian team. And by the way, talking about the Nigerian team, they were able to like get like the best kits for the World Cup. They have like a good design. Like I wasn't able to get one, but like it's a really really good design. Both the plain green one and the with just the Nigerian logo on it, and also the one with the stripe that looks really good, like a zigzag kind of thing. I think they picked the design from the 1994 jersey and the USA 94 and the Atlanta 96 jersey. So like they're able to come up with a design with these two. So going into this group, so talking about the Nigerian team are ranked 47th in the world. And also we know like the Nigerian team, they qualified through the qualifying stage ahead of the former African champion Cameroon, Algeria. You have Riyad Miraz, Ben Nataleb. You have all these good players in the Algerian team. So Nigeria were able to beat them. Also another former champion, African champion Zambia, 4 or 5 years ago. So you have like two former African champions in the same group in the qualifying stage with Nigeria. And you also have Algerian team that have like good new generation of players, but they're able to win the group without even being defeated. So, and they follow up with the friendly with Argentina. They were able to beat Argentina from 2 goals down. But all the friendly games they played recently this year, they lost almost everything. But I'm not gonna want us to judge that on the performance of Igor on that. So, because I see a young team for the first time, the Super Eagles history for the first time for me as well as a Nigerian. They were able to like coordinate the team for the first time. The monies are paid out, everything they got everything on time, and now like you have a young team, you have a captain to give them his experience. He won Champions League, Europa League, Premier League, so you have all the experience you can ever ask for in a team, and you have this youngster Alex Iwobi, you have Kelechi Iheanacho, you have Odion that was on fire 3 seasons ago for Watford, and also you have Victor Moses, and he's very tricky and he can dribble and score goals as well too. And also you have the fast-paced player Ahmed Musa, and you have the new guy. He bears the same name with the Nigerian legend Nwanko Kanu, Simeon Nwanko. Sorry. So this guy scored before the World Cup. I think he scored 6 goals in maybe 10 appearances before the end of the season for Crotone in the Italian league. So he's gonna be flying Nigerian colors at the World Cup. And Nigeria, that's one thing Nigeria has been lacking. And now they have it. They have the guy that start, I think he stands 6'8" or 6'6". So Nigeria now have like area ball offense too. So like they can score goals from corners, crosses, and all those. So that's that for the Nigerian team. But the problem with the Nigerian team now is the midfield, because now the Nigerian team, after you have a Mikel and you have a Itebo, Ognai Inazi used to be very good, but nobody knows what happened to his fitness or whatever happened to his hunger and desire to play better. He's not been playing well, and I think that the first team should, the midfield, if they have Mikel, Otebo, and you have maybe Wilfred Ndidi to come in for John Ogu, and they have the defense as well too. You have Ekong Trinsong. That guy used to play at Tottenham, and now he plays at Bursaspor in the Turkish league. So you have a very strong defender in the person of William, and also for me, Limbalogu is a good defender, but I really prefer Kenneth Omoro in the centre back with William Ekong, because both two players can run. They're fast, they're good in the air, they're strong, they have everything it takes to stand against strikers and players like Messi, Aguero, not in full capacity, but like to an extent, to alter their attack and all those kind of things. And you have Shehu on the right wing, which is who is a very good player, and you have Branido, who is a very very strong and tough player too. And you have a young, inexperienced goalie, but I think he can do well. He can do the best. All they just need to like be able to like cover him well, and also you just need to make sure he's able to go on the ground for like lower shots. Look, the game Nigeria at the Super Eagles against the Three Lions, the English national team. The goal Harry Kane scored wasn't supposed to be a goal. That was a ball you're supposed to dive to the ground fully and get the ball, but he missed out on the ball, and that was a goal. So he needs to work on that. I think it's good with the area ball, the punching out of the ball from the box. So that he did a good job with that. He needs to like, I don't know if they're out training with penalty kicks and all that, but I think it should be the number one for Nigeria, because you're playing against Iceland that have very tall players. The Croatian team too, they are very tall. So like, I think it should be the number one for the Super Eagles. So with that, I think that group, I think, is going to be Argentina and Nigeria going through. So to top the group is going to come down to the last match. That will be between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Argentina team, because we've been the same group for like, we're talking about almost 24 years now. So we're talking about 6 World Cups. Out of the 6 World Cup Nigeria have been to, we've been to 6 World Cup, and we've been in the same group with them 5 times. So we're looking at like 20 years of World Cup of Argentina in the same group. The last group game will come down to who tops the group, and I know and I believe with pride and everything, I think Nigeria won't want to lose out to Argentina again for the 5th time in the group stage. All the group stages plays, it has always been like a difference of a goal, like 1-0, 3-2, 2-1, and all that. So I'm hoping Nigeria can come up with a win and top the group, and they can have an easy path from there. And hopefully they come up with a draw that will put them in upper stands, like and they can come ahead, they come on top of the group as well. So I'm taking Nigeria and Argentina to qualify from this group. So next we have the group H that has the next African team on it. You have the Poland, you have the Colombia, you have Senegal, and you have Japan. So this group is very interesting because this group is more of like Group D, because almost everybody in this group have like they have half chances of qualifying. But for me, I think the Japanese team, they were good like 2 years ago. No, like I said, let's say 4 years ago. But now I don't see them really doing great in this World Cup because I haven't heard of like a new group of players because they're still coming back with some of their old players. Like Under is still good with the experience, with the set pieces and all those, and you have Shinji Kagawa from Borussia Dortmund. He once played at the Manchester United in the English Premier League. But the thing is, you have a team of Colombia. The Colombian team are so hot. Like you have different kind of players with different staff from different teams from the South American region, the leagues over there. You have Juan Cuadrado that plays for Juventus, used to play for Chelsea as well, and also you have Rodriguez that plays for Bayern Munich. That's a very good midfielder, and he is very good at what he does in the midfield. And you have the Polish team that you have Petro, the new rising star, and you have Lewandowski, who is like their main man. He scored over 30 goals for Bayern Munich this concluded season, and he's always a danger man. He's very good with both feet, left and right. He's one of the strikers in the world that I really know he's a striker. So that's going to be a key point for the Polish team as well too, and they're ranked 6th in the world. Group G, you have the Belgium team. Yeah, this is interesting. You have the Belgian team, you have the English team, you have Tunisia, and you have Panama. So first of all, I don't really support the idea of writing anyone off, but I don't really know what Panama have to bring, like what they're bringing to the World Cup. Pardon my language. What they're bringing to the World Cup, but what you have not seen, you can judge. But like from football experience, we are meant to put the big names and the big team ahead of them. So for me, I think the Belgium team and the English team are going to come through in this group. But Tunisian team, they are very good. All like 90% of these players that play for Tunisian team, they play in African leagues. That's surprising, and they're the highest ranked team in Africa going to this World Cup at 201. And also, they played against Spain yesterday. They played 1-0. They lost to Spain by 1-0. And during the qualifying series, they went unbeaten during the qualifying series as well too. So they are very strong. They play against Portugal last week. They came back from 2-0 to 2-2, and they play against Turkey as well, even right. They play another team, and they came back again from goal down and to level the game. So you're looking at a team that is very good defensively, and you're looking at a team that they're determined to prove to the world what they can do. So the Catholic Eagles, I think that's what they call them. So they are ready to show themselves. So I think in this group, we're going to go with Belgium and England. From before, it's easy for me to say like they probably won't make it. But the English team that I saw, like in their last 2-3 friendly games, I see a new bunch of players that can go further in this tournament. So for me, Belgium is going to be the favorites in this group because the English defense cannot stand the attack of Belgium. You have Kevin De Bruyne, you have Martins, you have Lukaku, you have Van Witzel on the midfield, you have Dembele, Moussa Dembele, the Tottenham Hotspur midfielder. You have Ventrogen, the Tottenham Hotspur defender. You have Vincent Kompany in the back. You have Vermaelen. You have Couture in the in the post. You have Lukaku, as I said. Benteke didn't make the team. You have Bastui is in a superb form right now. So I think everybody should watch out for Bastui in this World Cup. He's going to have a very great tournament. He's on another level right now. He's moving really fast. He can score goals. He can cut and dribble. Like, he became really sharp. Yeah, so watch out for Bastui in this World Cup for Belgium. And also you have Eden Hazard's younger brother on the team. And this guy at Roma, Nangolian, or what his name is, This guy's a very good player in the midfield for Roma, and he's highly rated, but he missed the cutoff, so he's not in the World Cup for Belgium. So expect the best from Belgium this World Cup. The last World Cup was the one I thought they were going to go really further, but inexperience killed them. But now they have Roberto Martinez as their coach, the former Everton coach, who is a very good coach and he knows how to deal with young players. So let's hope for the best of the Belgian team because they have a very good team, defense, midfield, and they have attack too, and they have the goalie. So what else can you ask for in a team? You have Vincent Company in the defense with you. You have Vermaelen, you have Ventragon, you have Adderword or what's his name. You have a lot of really good players in the Belgium national team, and you have the same for the English national team. You have experience and you have youthfulness too. You have youth, a lot of youth players from their wings to their back, and even to the attack as well too. In the midfield, they have Trooper. They have some new names in the English national team. So, and you have Dele Ali as well too, and you have this guy that plays like Mikel. What's his name? This guy Loftus Cheek or what? Loftus Cheek is a very good midfielder. He plays like Mikel Obi, and he said too, Mikel tutored him too when he was at Chelsea. So yeah, so you should watch out for him as well for the English team in the World Cup. Those are really good, talented midfielder, and yeah. So I think if Tunisian team are able to get a draw against Belgium, I think they're likely to pull a win against England if England become vulnerable as they've always been like in the past tournaments. Look at in the last European tournament against Iceland, they were a goal up and they lost the game 2-1. So if that does not happen to this new generation of the English team, I think they should go through with Belgium. So I think Belgium, I'm not trying to write off Tunisia, but like they're in a group with like two teams that like there's a lot expected of them with the bunch of players they have, the set of players they have right now. A lot is expected of them, and they have crazy attack. Even if Tunisia have defense, but you have tricky players that can break you down at any time. So, and I don't know who's gonna be anchoring the midfield for the Tunisian national team. If he has the experience, he can have the skills, but hopefully he has the experience to know like give the ball away at times when he's not supposed to, because you have players that are fast in the English national team. When they get the ball, it's a counter and it's gone. With the same thing with Belgium, they get the ball on the counter, they already dribble 2 or 3 players and they're already facing your goalie and it's a goal. So that's a very tough one for Tunisia, even though they have a good team this time. But I have to be honest, but I'm hoping if there's a slip up from England, they probably will qualify with Belgium. But if not, I think it's Belgium and England. So Belgium first, England second. So I'm so sorry, Tunisia. Like, I love Tunisia. I want, because they dominated African football. They hosted the Nations Cup. I think that was 2004, Tunisia 2004, and they won it on their home soil. So they have determination. They are a very good team when it comes to going to tournaments and getting results. Also, you have the last group, which I jumped to before, which is the last group of an African team, Group H. I already discussed most of them. You have Poland, Senegal, Colombia, and Japan. So Japan, they have like 2, and their goalie is like a old goalie. He has experience. He's been to, I think, 4 World Cups. Yeah. So, yeah. So, he's like a veteran for them. He's like experienced player for them. You have Honda. Also, you have Shinji Kagawa, and you have I've forgotten his name, the striker at Lista. So they have a bunch of nice players, but the group is really, really, really tough as well. Too, you have Colombia, you have Miss Rodriguez, you have Davinson in the defense, you have Juan Cuadrado, you have Miss Rodriguez. So you have a very good Colombian team that qualified from the South American qualifying series. So, and you have Poland, which are like ranked number 6 in the world, and you have the best striker. Like for me, looking in Europe, like number 9 striker. I think Lewandowski is the number 1 9 striker in Europe. So you have that guy. He can shoot with left and his right foot, and also you have the Petro, like the young new guy that is coming up for them. So like the last time they played against the Super Eagles, they lost 1-0 on a penalty, but they have total control of the ball. They know how to hold the ball, use the ball, space the ball. Like they have a good midfield and they are very good. So I believe the Polish team, they have a very, very decent chance in this group, because looking at the team, and they have nice goalie. They have Szczesny, the former Arsenal goalie, and they have another Arsenal goalie. They have Lucas Fabianski as well too. So they have 2 really good goalies, and they have good defense, and they have a nice midfield, and they have good attack. So watch out for the Polish team to go through in this group. And but the thing is, the first and the second is in this group comes down to 3 teams: Senegal, Poland, and Colombia. But to be honest with you, Senegal is going to go through in this group. They're either going to come as second or they're going to come as first in this group. Because the Senegalese team, I think they're probably going to crumble maybe after the group stage. Not because I wish them, but I'm hoping they don't crumble. But the thing about them is like they don't take their chances. And if you play in the World Cup, you might escape through in the group stage, but you can't escape through in the round of 16, the knockout stage. You lose, you're going home. So you have Sadio Mane, you have Babe Diop at Stoke City, you have Salah, you have all of these good players in all European top leagues. They're like, and you have this Koulibaly or something, defender at Napoli, that like is priced at almost 50 million pounds or something for the transfer market. So you have a lot of good, strong African players from Senegal. And if you look at Korea, Japan, they were in the same group with France, and I can't remember the other team they're in the same group with, but they qualified from the group and able to reach the quarterfinals. So Senegal always do well when it comes to World Cup. The Korea, Japan was the first World Cup they qualified for, and they did very well. And now they're back again. So I'm thinking with their infant player, very fast Sadio Mane, and they have all other fast strikers. But if you watch them closely, they have good defense. But the defense, good defense, but the goalie, I don't really know. And their midfield, I'm not 100% about their holding midfield. But talking about attacking players, they are more of like the Argentinian team. They have strong strikers, fast wing players. But I think Argentina have a better midfield. You have Ivan Benega, you have Peluso, and you have some other good players. You have Dybala, you have good midfielders. But I think if they're able to get their midfield work done, they have good defense. The defense can cover the goalie, and they have good and explosive PC wingers. So that's gonna give them edge ahead of the Japanese team, and also against Colombia. I think they're gonna probably draw against Colombia, and also they're gonna I think they're gonna win against the Poland. So I think my pick for this group is Colombia coming first and Senegal coming second. If Colombia should have like a draw against Senegal, I think the Polish team are going to go through. So it's going to be Senegal coming first or second and Colombia going through. So that's my pick and my prediction